Hello, my name is Betsy Carrillo, and today I'm going to be talking about banking. My goal here is to inform young adults about banking, how to open up a basic checking account, and how to close out a basic checking account. Um, it is super important knowing how knowing financial literacy and how it instills lifelong money management habits. um, Many young adults do not know how to open up a basic checking account. They don't even know how to fill a checkout, and they don't even know how to fill out a deposit slip. And I think that's super crazy because that is super important in today's world. And you may be asking yourself, who am I to be talking about banking? Who am I to be informing young adults about banking? Well, I am a bank teller. I have worked at a bank for a little over a year, and you have no idea how many people come to me, and I can just see it in their facial expression. They have no idea what they're doing. I have people come up to me like I have people come up to me asking me how what they need to open up a basic checking account, how to close one out. I have people even ask me how they fill out a deposit slip. I have people even ask me if they need to sign a check and where do they sign the check in order to cash the check. And I think learning how to bank is super important for young adults because then again, it's super important in today's world. Not many people teach young adults how to write a check anymore or how to fill out a deposit slip or what they need to open up an account. And learning financial literacy is seriously super important. I cannot stress that enough. Learning how to bank is super important. Um, Before I started working at a bank, I was one of those people that did not know how to fill out a deposit slip. I didn't even know how to write a check out. And that's actually kind of sad because I was 18 years old and I didn't know how to do that. And there are people that are in their early 20s that still don't know how to do that. And I think that teaching them at a young age, for example, 15 years old, 14 years old, 16 years old, I think it's super important for them to learn how to open up a basic checking account and how to close one out. So what you'll need is three simple materials to open up a checking account. Your social security card, also known as your tax ID number. You need, if this is your first time opening up an account at that bank that you're at, you need the actual card. You cannot have just the numbers memorized. You need the actual card. That is step number one. Step number two is a valid non-expired ID. I cannot stress that enough, a valid non-expired ID. You have no idea how many people come into the bank wanting to open up an account and they realize their ID is expired. If you have an expired ID and you come into the bank, we cannot do anything for you. We cannot cash your checks, and we cannot open up an account. This is why it's so important to always check your ID and know when it expires. Because if you come into the bank, like I said, we can't do anything for you if it's expired. And at some banks, this is a little bit different, but you will need, at the bank I work at, you need $25 to open up a basic checking account. That $25 actually goes into your account in order to actually open it up. So the bank is actually not keeping that 25. That 25 is actually going into your account in order to open up the checking account. Those are the three simple materials you need to open up a basic checking account: a social security card, a non-expired ID, and $25. And most of the time, the bank will give you one of these pamphlets, and it's gonna have the different accounts, like the basic checking accounts that you can have at that bank. Like I said, we're talking about the You First checking, which is $25 minimum to open up an account, no minimum balance. You can get free checks, you can get unlimited checks, and you can get free statements. That is what you can get with a basic checking account. How to close out a checking account is 4 easy steps. You gather your party. If you have your parents on the account with you, they need to be with you. Everyone that's on the account with you, you need to have with you in order to close the account. It cannot just be you, it needs to be everyone. You go see a customer service representative. You go see a person that can close out the account for you, because believe it or not everyone that works in the bank can open or close accounts for you. There are different people that do certain tasks. And you go see one of them. And then step number 3 is you state why you're wanting to close it. It can be, oh, we're moving states, we're just wanting to close it out. You just state why you're wanting to close it. Simple as that. Step number 4 is you cash out. For example, let's just say you have $500 in that account. The customer service representative lady is going to ask you, do you want cash back or do you want a cashier's check? And if you say you want cash, they'll give you how much money you have in the account. For example, $500, they'll give you that $500. Or let's just say you have $50,000 in your account. I don't think they're going to ask you if you want $50,000 cash. They're most likely going to give you a cashier's check. And I think it's super important for young adults to know how to bank and how to open up an account and how to close one out. But those are all the 4 easy steps on closing out your account. And this pamphlet actually lets you know all the accounts that you can open up. And it gives you a little bit of information. They usually give you one of these every time you open one up, or if you're wanting to open one up. But last but not least, learning how to bank, especially for young adults, is super important, especially if you are wanting to set long life goals. Being financially responsible is super important, which pertains to banking. And especially for young adults to know how to open up a basic checking account and how to close one out is super important in today's world. Not many people know how to do it, because then again, we don't teach it in schools. We kind of learn as we go. But I truly believe that for young adults to actually be financially responsible, they need to learn how to open up a basic checking account and how to close one out. It's just part of financial literacy, and it's super important. Thank you.